and we just have what they call trackage rides on it. And we run our trains across it. It gets pretty crowded between our trains and their trains. That's a pretty busy little line.
Yeah.
So, but this is the last town on it is Stevenson, and then it goes on. My line goes on to Sheffield, Alabama, Huntsville, Sheffield, across that way, Decatur, and it keeps on going toward Memphis. L&N's goes from Stevenson to a few other little old towns and ends up in Nashville. Mm-hmm. So everything they got coming out of Nashville comes down this way pretty much. So.
And how long did you work at the railroad?
43 years and 7 months.
Wow.
And I left after that.
I mean, what was that? What company?
Norfolk Southern.
Okay.
Started out with Southern, ended up with Norfolk Southern.
Is it still going?
Oh yeah, wide open.
Okay.
Open. Just unbelievable with all the stuff that's going up through here now that used to not go up here.
Yeah.
When I first started working on this between Chattanooga and Birmingham, we might see 6 trains in a 24-hour period.
Wow.
And now you're liable to see 6 trains in a 10-hour period.
Really?
And a lot of them, especially since we got the 2 big grain plants going, we have at least 3 or 4 of them a week coming down here.
Yeah.
And one of them, one goes to the plant off of our track at Cybert, and then 2 comes out to Ivory, and they switch them up out at Ivory and stuff.
Okay.
So that belongs to the ATN now. But it used to be CSX and L&N.
When I sing at Cherry Creek Village, that train sounds wonderful.
Yeah.
Do you call it a horn or a?
Yeah. The horns now, used to they had whistles on them. Now they're just horns.
Okay. The train whistle, horn. I love that sound.
Back in the day, each railroad company had their own set of horns.
Yeah.
Or whistles. So they didn't get their train crews, like when their trains are close together, they didn't get their signals mixed up. They could tell which train was blowing for which person that might be out in the track.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah. And that's how they, you didn't have radios. Way back in the day, they didn't have radios, so the only communications they had was through the whistles.
Mm-hmm.
So, railroads come a long way.
I think about Johnny Cash. Hear that train a coming. Oh. All right. Thank you, Wayne Lamkin, for sharing. Any other words of wisdom or advice? And can I get you back over here to the heart? You said this was the heart,
Yeah.
but you operate it from different places.
Yeah. Like there's 4 transformers here. This is all broke down, and I'm running what they call DCC, which means that's why I have all the block signals and stuff and switches, so I can cut blocks and stuff on and off and keep my trains running. But this transformer here will operate that side and everything right in here in the middle to about halfway. Then that next transformer down there picks it up.
Is this a transformer right here?
Well, on the end there it is.
Okay.
This right here.
Oh,
This is
okay.
the transformer.
Okay.
This one here will pick up about right here and run everything from here over down that way and around the curve.
Uh-huh.
This that I've hooked up and unhooked, and I hadn't hooked it back up. This transformer works all this stuff in here when it's hooked up. That's where my engines and stuff stay, the turntable and all that.
Okay.
This one back here operates everything coming up out of the bottom there at the bottom of the mountain. Them 2 tracks there that come up out of the bottom of the mountain. they run down through here and go right up through here. They operate these and that, and it comes around here and that up there, and they go that away and that away. So all of this operates, there's 4 different transformers runs this section back here when it's all hooked up right.
Okay.
And then I've got another transformer over there that runs everything from right here on these outside 2 tracks all the way around. It will come back to here.
Wish I was taller to get it all. Can you estimate how long the track is around all of it?
Well, let's see.
Oh, and let me ask you another question. Did you design, I see a paper there, or
Yes.
is that?
Yeah, that's I drew everything out, and that's trying to coordinate it with everything, because like I said, I don't have it all hooked up yet again. But yeah, that's to help whoever's back here kind of see what's what and where it would run at.
Yeah.
But it's DC, so it's direct current, and that's why all the transformers and stuff. Now, my goal is, I'm gonna change it over to what they call DCC, and it's a variable control. I'm not gonna explain it right, but it sends pulses out into the track, and it just buries the pulse. And you have a decoder that you put in each one of your engines, and it picks up a specific assignment that you give it, and then I can walk around and hold a remote control throttle, and I can walk around with the trains instead of standing off here.
You would like that, wouldn't you?
Okay, yeah. The layout at the museum is going to be that way.
Yeah.
I've bought all the stuff for it, but I've not.
Are you talking about the museum in Atala?
Yeah.
Tell me about that.
It's
This is downtown Atala,
downtown Old Alabama Power Building.
the old Alabama Power Building.
Don't come to pay your power bill, because we can't do it.
Okay, all right.
But it's a small 24-foot layout of the tracks that have been or were in Atala from back in the late 1800s
Wow,
until now.
wow.
And right now I've got it where I can finally run 2 trains at a time on it. But there again, I've not did all the DCC stuff, so I could do something else. But the tracks are all down almost. And I'm adding the roads and the buildings and stuff like that. So eventually here, I ain't gonna give a date, we'll have it where it's got more of the buildings and stuff on it. But I'm building on them every chance I get. I've got one up at the house I'm working on right now.
Is this like 60 hours a week you could spend on
Could
it?
be, yeah, because every time, if I'm building something here at the house, if I'm not doing something, piddling or watching TV or playing with these, I'll sit down in there and Sharon, I'm sure she's tired of it because it's been on the dinner table. We don't eat dinner on the dinner table. We put together models and stuff for forever, and we're just working on it a little bit at a time. I'm doing most of it myself. Jared helps me a little bit, and I got another fella out here that's a friend of ours that's going to help me. He wants to hook the DCC up, so I'm going to let him do that. And it's just, they're busy, I'm busy. I'm less busy than they are, but so it just takes a little bit of time to get everybody together to get things work.
Yeah. So how long have you had this train barn?
The train barn has been up at least, probably right around 5 years.
Okay, and where was all this stuff before you had the tracks?
In boxes.
Oh, how nice to get them out of boxes.
And I started this first leg over here I built. I built up there in the garage. And when I get ready to run it, I would set it up and it would be half in the garage and half out in the driveway. So rainy days you didn't play trains, and you didn't leave them up at night because of getting dew on them.
Yeah.
But I'd put them together and I'd move them into the garage, and then I'd move them out, and then we finally got the first part of the barn built. I started moving them all down here, and I'm not completely done yet. I've got it's insulated and sheetrock. The wood part was Pop's old barn that used to be down here that he had his mules and hay and potatoes and all this stuff in, and it was falling in, so we salvaged as much of it as we could.
Oh, good.
And we've got, I've got, that's a wall. My intentions, I'm gonna have a bathroom in it. And when I build the bathroom, of course, daggum, county government's gonna wanna raise my taxes because it's got a bathroom. And,
You might just put a porta potty in the back.
no, we had enough of those.
Okay.
The end result will be my wall's gonna come across here and then back down through here. And at some point in time, I'm gonna split it right here. I'll move these two sections over to within 3 foot of that wall that I'm building over there.
Okay.
And then I'll put a new section in here and a new section up through there. So it'll end up within, hopefully this year, it'll end up with 4 peninsulas. And this yard will be bigger, and I can split it and have one side for one side for the other is my goal.
Okay.
But that's what I'm looking forward to doing.
Tell me about this train on the wall. Is that just a model or?
Now, it is a model, but it works. It actually runs.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't have the transformer for it. A friend of mine that used to work with us give me that.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't have all the track for it, but I bought me some track for it, and it's just sitting up there. But get me a transformer. I'm not sure how I'm going to do the walls and stuff. I've thought about doing this right here. What I've done is just once I get the wall built and insulated, like over here, then I can run it around the room, make me a loop, and make it loop around the room.
Oh.
So I don't know if I'm going to do that or not. We'll just have to see.
Okay. Okay. I see. So, what's some of this stuff?
Okay. These are all the switches.
Yeah.
And let me turn something on, turn the power on. And these right here, you can see these right here and those. What's that one there? It's lined.
Right, do it again.
And it goes down through here. Do that, and it goes up into the yard.
Okay.
The one right behind the caboose does the same thing. That goes into track 1. Then this goes on up through here, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
Wow.
So, and then right in there, up here at this crossover, it all changes over and it starts working on the L&N side. And I don't have all that wired up to run yet.
Okay.
So after I took it apart and rebuilt it, I've not got it wired yet.
I see some little jars of paint. So are you an artist too?
Well, I'm not that good of an artist, but I do a little bit. I'm learning to airbrush, which is that's the best way to paint these models and stuff is to airbrush things.
Okay.
It's just really, really pretty.
Okay. Well, I have had my private tour, and I hope a lot of people view this and you get some more business. Keep it running.
I'm doing my best.
And have some fun.
Yeah. But, if we're here, it's open if we're here. If it ain't open, I know how to turn the doorknob.
Okay.
So that's us. This keeps me out of trouble.
And I'm thinking, since you were a boy, trains, and you worked,
Yeah.
so And now you're still working,
I'm still
playing.
Yep. It's always something.
Yeah. And it keeps you out of trouble.
Keeps me out of trouble.
I like that.
I do too.
All right. Thank you, brother. I'm signing off.
All right.
Anything else?
No, that's it.